Good morning, it's Norma Cowie. Once more on a Wednesday morning, just a bit before 9 o'clock. I wanted to get going and started because I still have the freezing problem. So I wanted to talk about how do we handle when everything isn't working the way we want it to work and we feel overwhelmed and uncertain, and what are we going to do? I was in a really yucky mood yesterday because nothing worked. Now, it's happened to me before when I've had a new, hard drive put in, that then things don't work the same. And this time is even way worse because many of my programs, they seem to be the old ones, not the ones that I had on the other hard drive. And I don't know, I've talked to the man about it and nothing. It's sort of like frustration city. So what do you do about that? How do you handle that? Well, yesterday I didn't handle things very well at all. It was like I was tired and I had burned my hand the other day, and it's beginning to heal. So it's a little more hurtful now than it was. Anyway, so it makes me think, I'm not the only one that gets overwhelmed by times. And even though I'm usually fairly easygoing, I like to think I'm easygoing. And I believe I am. But every now and again, it's like everything is just too much. Not only is I can't seem to access certain programs that I've used and I don't know where they are. Zoom got changed all around, and my client, I was worried yesterday that I wasn't even going to be able to see my yesterday afternoon's client. I've got other clients coming in there. So it feels like I've got this new program, but I don't know how to do certain things because I don't know the way it's set up. So Zoom was different. I can't access some of all my books, everything I've written. Can't say I have some of them, but not all of them. And it just makes, so can you imagine everything gets up and up and up and up? Plus, the old saying, it never rains, but it pours. That's what's happening in my life. Then over the weekend, I had an infestation of weird things that actually kind of frightened me, because it looked like my friend said she thought it was spiders, but I don't know if it is spiders, what it is, but it's this nebulous thing that kind of came out underneath my floorboards, and it was a lot of little blacky things, but it was scary. I'm looking out on the floor saying, is that floor moving? And there was about like this much off the ground and it's moving. Managed to clean up a lot of it, but I might have, from all my jock and falls and things as a kid, I don't have the best back in the world. And by the time I was finished, sore back. So how things pile up. And so it was like by yesterday, I was not in a very good mood at all. Frustrated, didn't know what to do. What do I do? Do I go get someone else or get the computer? Do I just deal with what I've got to deal with? Well, you got to do that anyway, and just carry on. So some people are short-tempered and, everything is a chaos. I'm usually not quite like that. I can get frustrated, but yesterday I wasn't nice. I was growling at everyone. And that I don't feel good about, because that's not really how I work. Then to top it off, yesterday, I had bought a new connector to my computer. And then what happened was the part that does I record on my little recorder here, and then I plug it in and then I send it to my client. Can't find this piece. The new little one I had made some changes. So I did that, but this magical little piece, which means now I've got to go out to the store and work to find another one, hopefully, because everything updates and I've been working with the same system for years. And so it's like, as I say, it never rains, but it pours. I have checked everything and everything. I went to my pendulum, which often helps me find things. And I said, it's here? And it says, no, but it's here somewhere. It's not right here where it usually is, but it's somewhere around. But where? I've looked everywhere. So I'm not alone in this in life. Sometimes it rains when you want sunshine. Sometimes it's just more. It never, as I say, it never rains, but it pours. It's one thing seems to lead in another thing and another thing and then the other thing. So I was quite happy to get myself to bed last night and go to sleep. But I didn't sleep very well. And then I woke up this morning very early. And so it's like, okay, here we go, day whatever it is. And I know that the freezing issue that I've been having probably isn't taken care of. And see, I've talked and I'm like at about coming up to 6 minutes. I thought, well, I'll just talk for a little less time. Apparently that's part of the issue. But this is too small. So let's see where else we can go with what we want to do. What do we do when we don't feel we're at our best? Do we allow the anger or frustration? It's usually frustration for me. We allow the frustration to take over, as I did yesterday, because I just didn't want anyone to talk to me. I didn't, and when I did, it was, kind of get out of my face sort of thing, because I was overwhelmed. And that's the key. We get overwhelmed in processing. And when things technical things for me is one of the things I have the most problems with when I get agitated, because when I know what I have to do, I'm very good. And when I don't know and I have to relearn, sometimes that's a little longer and a little harder. And so it's a matter of recognizing yourself. In fact, I snapped at my through texting to my girlfriend yesterday, and then apologized because I realized, I'm a little out of line here. I'm a bit overreactive, but I'm feeling much better today. When this piece that's gone missing, I will look a little bit more for it. I have no idea where it can be because I've looked everywhere. In the meantime, I'll go out and go to the local place and hopefully find one. But I went for something not too long ago, maybe a couple of weeks ago, and they didn't even carry it anymore. But I got a new and better thing, so that works all right. So it's keeping up with the changes in technology, keeping up with where we're going, what we're doing. And sometimes that can be frustrating. But then the main thing is to remember life is here to enjoy and to be happy and to create. And I think when we have a philosophy, and I do have a very strong philosophy, if you listen to a lot, you'll hear it come through over and over. And one of the things is accept things as they are. The thing is, sometimes we're frustrated because we don't want to have to accept that. And also and as I said, over the years, it's always been when my computer has had a change in the hard drive, because somehow or other, it doesn't seem to take it from A and put it into B. And so that's what I just have to deal with. So I have to go slowly through things and figure them out and make them work for me. And then I've got some emailing I have to do that was the thing, is that no company now, most of them, you just can't email or phone in. You've got to go through, they have their procedures all listed out. And so you don't have somebody can say, now, what do I do here? Or what's this about? And what can I change this? And so for my age group, which is older, that gets complicated, because it's like, I remember one time, I've always been good. Technologically, I was always ahead of computers, all sorts of things. I was ahead of where everybody was. I had a computer, I had a cell phone, I had all that long before many, many people did. And now I'm at the back end. It's like, oh, what do I do with this? They've changed it all and they keep updating and I don't know what I'm doing. So right now I'm doing this little talk this now. I'm not going to go on and on, but just because I think we have to be aware when we get overwhelmed and when we're not responding in our usual manner. So I want to wish you all well and whatever's going on. And then I did hear, it always gets funny in my world. Another good friend of me phones last night. Oh, did you feel the big change that went on in the weekend? And I'm going, no, I don't think I did. I was really yucky today, though. And then I thought about it. The weekend is when I had this big burst of these things coming in. And I had my back got really sore. It was on the ground. It was ground level, and I was bending over and cleaning where I hadn't really cleaned too much. So there was a lot of thinking about it. And I thought, oh yeah, come to Sunday. I wasn't in a good mood either on Sunday because I was overwhelmed by. Actually, I was frightened. This thing scared me. I looked down and here's the floor moving, and I was like, what? And then I had to figure out what it was and begin to figure out how to sort of stop it. I still haven't got the total answer yet on that, but I've certainly subdued it. So it's like when we are just being whatever it is. And so we forget sometimes there's a big world out there and things are changing. And we know the world here is changing. If you turn on the TV, we used to say radio, now it's the TV, and you watch what's going on, and you never know what's really real or not real anymore, though you have some ideas. And so it's very much tension anyway. And then you have other things like this happening. So I don't want to carry on too long because of the simple reason I don't want to freeze. I do want to say, Yvonne, it's so good for you to be here and you feeling overwhelmed as well. It's a sign of the times because if I have picked this up, then so have others. It's just going on and we can just be easier, make it easy, make it for yourself. Take care of yourself. That's what I always do. Chocolate's always good, but I'm an ice cream person too. So I have my ice cream and I have a chocolate. And, yes, you can see I'm not super slim but it's, you got to look after yourself. You got to take care and go slow and not get overwhelmed, especially if you're like me right now, having a technological problem again. And I've already had to change everything. I'm just not really happy with the result. So it has happened that way before. And I know other people out there are having the similar pressure. And a lot of pressure comes from the outside that we're not aware of. Energy shifts and changes. The weather pressures going up and down, things like that. So if you're aware of what's happening or what's being done to the climate, then you'll be aware of a lot of other things as well. So in the meantime, I just want to wish you well. This is Wednesday morning. I will be back Sunday morning with a Sunday thought. And trustingly, my world will be calm. Take care. Enjoy. Just enjoy. Go outside. And I don't know what. Today here, it was so, I love warm weather, right? And it was so beautiful warm. It was gorgeous. And I go outside. I look outside today and it's a little cloudy and less. It's still warm though. That's nice. So you have a great day and we'll talk to you. Sorry, Yvonne's just put in again. Nightly ice cream is my reward. Oh, I get them through. Yeah, I got little ones I buy that I love and that's mine through the day. Hey, I don't think I froze. Lots of love. Have a great day. Bye.